Hi there. Why am I against a white background? Well, this is actually the inside of my new collection room. And there's nothing over here yet, but if I were to pan the camera that way, you'd get a sneak peek of the collection room as it's being set up, and I'm not going to do it because I made another video of a sneak peek. So just know that it's coming along. There's a lot of stuff to put up. So today I want to talk about Super Mario Sunshine plushes. The new Super Mario Odyssey trailer was just released, and it reminded me a lot of Super Mario Sunshine. I've had a lot of requests for stuff related to this particular set and this particular game. I don't have everything anymore. I sold a bunch of my Super Mario Sunshine off. It's not exactly my favorite game, and just for room's sake, I sold some of the larger plushes off. And I'll tell you about those as I go along. But first I wanted to talk about the Sega set. And this is really before they were really super good with plushes. As you can see, the face on Mario is a little bit off. But it's still a really nice plush, and Flood is back there kind of awkwardly attached to his head. It's stitched on there, so you can't like remove Flood from him or anything. You'll notice that all the Sunshine plushes have Mario in short sleeves. And here's a look at the tag. So this is the Super Mario Sunshine set, and unless you know that that logo is Sega, you wouldn't really know it's Sega. Unless you can read the kanji, of course. But this is him in his sitting position, and it's one of the larger plushes in the set. There were various sizes of these in the Sega set, especially with Yoshi. We'll talk about him in a minute. Actually, let's talk about him right now. Now, you'd think that because Mario's in a sitting position, and he's not really in a sitting position anywhere in the game, that Mario could kind of just sit on Yoshi's back. And it kind of works and kind of doesn't. And this is the same size Yoshi that goes with the Mario. Now there's a much bigger Yoshi, and there's a smaller Yoshi as well. But I got one size because I don't buy them all most of the time. If it's like the same plush in the set. So, welcome to the most counterfeited plush on Earth. No, in the Super Mario series. Poor Yoshi here, you may have seen this guy turn into slippers or coin pouches or backpacks or all kinds of stuff. It's this face here that we see on a ton of things, and it's a shame. This is an actual official version, I can guarantee it. But the real problem is the tag right here is just on a stretchy piece of cord. Okay, easily taken off, easily lost. Okay, I like to have it on his back so it looks like he has a little cape. This is a really nice Yoshi plush. The problem is that I don't know if you'd be able to find this guy on eBay anymore. Because if you look up Yoshi plush, they've recolored this plush in every Yoshi color. Some that don't even exist in game. They've put what do you call it? Graduation ceremony caps and stuff on him, and gowns. I've seen it all with this plush, and it's a real shame because it's a really, really nice plush. You'll notice on the face there's a little bit of wrinkling here, and that is it's worse on the counterfeit plushes. And some of the eye embroidery, because these are embroidered eyes, are a little bit sloppier. But other than that, it's really, really, really close. If I were to hold a counterfeit plush here, it might be a little bit different in size, a little bit different in stuffing. This one really feels nice. It's really nice and fluffy and soft. I'm not really sure if the counterfeit plushes do that, but I know that it's a real problem in the Super Mario series. This plush especially kind of kicked the whole thing off. Obviously not Sega's fault. Someone got a hold of the pattern and then just went nuts with it. It's a real shame. So if you see like Yoshi slippers, don't get them. So that is Super Mario Sunshine Yoshi. And he also comes in a smaller size as well. Now for the last two in the Cine set that I have, these plushes are actually really rare, and I haven't seen a whole lot of them lately. And these are the two magnet sets, or the set of magnet plushes. And what makes them magnet plushes is you can hear that, they cling via a magnet, so you can have them wrapped around a pole or something for display. I've had them holding on to carded figures before. I've had them holding on to other things, but the magnets aren't that strong, so they can't like really hold on really well. The tush tag on these, now I'll show you the other ones too, has the Super Mario Sunshine logo, and then just the information on the back there. And then the tag is exactly the same as the larger ones. And also only held on by a cord. So again, it's a little hard. Now this one wasn't, this Mario was not as rampantly faked as the Yoshi. But that's just how it goes, I guess. Maybe they didn't like the Mario face as much. Who knows how counterfeiters work. Also just held on with a cord. I think I mentioned that. And you can see the short sleeves again. And you can kind of just have it out. Now there's another version of this that does not have magnets, that has flood on the back. And I sold mine a while back. I'll put a picture up. And, oh, the tush tag on this, that's what I wanted to show. See, it's the same. There you go. Sunshine logo, information on the back. Yep, made in China. Which is maybe the problem. Okay, here's the Yoshi magnet. And he, I mean the tag is almost as big as he is, so if you want to keep the tag on him, it's kind of cumbersome for display. He actually has magnets in his feet as well. Okay, so he has more clingability than Mario. And I'm pretty sure... Oh snap, never mind. You know, I'm learning new things! Mario has them as well, but it's just a different position, and it's more obvious in Yoshi. So yeah, he has magnets in his feet too. Alright, so moving on to a different set. Now this set you don't see very often. I haven't seen, boy, I haven't seen these at all, I don't think, since I've collected them. These are from 2002 from stuffedtoys.jp, and like a more generic name you can't find. But on Twitter, Cheesemeister translated the tag for me, and I'll show you the tag in a second. So this is Mario with Flood, again kind of awkwardly stitched onto his hat, and then kept on with the belt attachment. And Mario never holds Flood, and can't really hold Flood by his little arm things here. I'm not even sure what you call those handles. So he's attached, he can't be removed, and that's pretty much the same with all the plushes. But Flood looks really accurate. And then you have these gigantic hang cords on Mario. And it's just a really nice face for Mario. I mean, I wish, and I'm not really sure, I had to go back and look at my plush collection, but I don't think that stuffedtoys.jp did a whole lot of Mario stuff. This is a really nice plush. You can see that his little gloves have detail, and the belt looks really nice, again with the short sleeves, because that is the way it is. This one does not have its tag, and I bet I have it somewhere. It just fell off. So you can see, once again, it has that logo, and then more information on the back. Made in China. And nothing else really to talk about there. So let's look at Yoshi. And these are really good sized plushes, as you can see. Now Yoshi has these embroidered eyes, and they're kind of unique to this plush. You can kind of see that they have those white pupils, but the eyes are much bigger in this one than this one. And it's not just because the size difference, it's just the way the plush is modeled or patterned. Now, if that's a saddle, I can't imagine it's too comfortable. Like, I think at some point Nintendo just needs to call it a shell, but with this huge raised portion here, it looks more like a shell than a saddle, but they've always called it a saddle. Just a really nice look for Yoshi. He's in his riding pose. There's been talk about, with Smash Brothers and stuff, how Yoshi stands in some games. But it's a really nice look for Yoshi. Here's the tag on the set. It's a nicer tag than the Sine set. Has the shine sprite in the background. And then we have all this information here. Except like an obvious show of the company name. And it says 2002 Nintendo. But I've been assured that it says stuffed toys .jp. And then there's yeah, there you go, Mario and Yoshi. And then there's one last set, and it's a really curious set, and it's probably the best one. This set actually comes from Sega. Yeah, Sega designed and distributed these Mario plushes. Isn't that wild? So on mine, Flood has already ripped off the stitching on the top. There was only one small stitch that held the top of Flood's spout to Mario, and you can kind of tell he's kind of bent awkwardly over Mario. And then this part kind of got roughed up in storage, but that can undo itself. You can tell that, let's just get a couple of more Floods up here. The basin, the water reservoir on Flood is way larger on this plush. And this plush is bigger in general. All the Sega plushes are big. So this is the Mario. A nicer face than the Sine version. That was also sitting. I'm not sure why they went with a sitting pose, honestly. It's kind of weird. But there you go. The feet are different colors. They still have the short sleeves. I like the overalls more. This is a more, I don't know, it's a higher quality plush than this one. And you don't get to say that very often about Sine, right? But this is early Sine. Both hats have like the iron-on paint kind of thing going on. And both of mine are crinkling a little bit. And that's normal for that type of material. So, let's look at the tush tag. It has the logo on it again, 2002. And then right there, there's the Sega. These were distributed in UFO catchers. I believe that the Sine might have been retail, but I don't remember. Typically Sine is retail over prized catchers. You can see this is a really nice plush from Sega. So there you go. Also, the only one I have other than that in the set is the elusive and rare Shine Sprite. Love this plush. It's pretty simple, but there you have it. It's obviously a Shine Sprite. This is what Mario collects in Super Mario Sunshine. And there's the Sega tag, and there's the logo with the Shine Sprite on it. So this is, the iconic thing from Super Mario Sunshine, and I do really like this plush. Also in that set was a Toad, a blue Toad, and I sold that one to a friend who collects Toads, and he was just too big to be in my collection anymore. He's about the same size as Mario, maybe even bigger with his colossal head, and I'll have pictures of that. The other kind of set that Super Mario Sunshine has is the Pianta and Noki sets, and there's a male and female Pianta and a male and female Noki, and the female Noki has a little baby Noki, which is really cute, in a shell, and I'll put pictures up of those too. Those are insanely expensive. One sold on Yahoo Japan Auctions for $575 or so. That was just the male Pianta. The female didn't sell for as much, for whatever reason. Those plushes I had at one point. I sold them for not that much, but for at the time what I thought was a lot of money. It was like $250 or something each. Those were made of a sort of taffeta material. Maybe not quite taffeta. It was like a ribbed, shiny. You can see it in the photos. And I think the male or the female was holding like a fruit or something, or a coconut, spiky coconut thing. And they were poorly filled with stuffing, so they were kind of like floppy, and it's kind of hard to tell you about these things, but you can see in the photo at the end of the video, or if I happen to overlay it, I spend a little bit more time on this, then I'll try to show you exactly what that is in the photo. But those are very, very rare, and I had no idea that they'd be that rare. I didn't think when I bought them, because I buy when the stuff comes out. So when people ask me, hey, where'd you get that, or where can I get that now, I can't help you with that. Because I like pre-order it before it comes out and then buy it as it comes out. So it's hard for me, you know, it's like, well, I bought it 10, 15 years ago. So it's hard to show you where to go now. Now it's all auctions, basically. So just know that, and thanks for watching. Whoops, I got so wound up in talking about those plushes that I forgot a plush. BD&A actually got in on the Mario Sunshine action through the Nintendo Power Supplies catalog. Do you remember that thing? And they came out with a Mario with Flood. Now this Mario actually has a normal version without Flood. They had released shortly before the game came out, and then they decided just to kind of attach Flood to it. And I don't have that other plush right now, but it looks a lot like the bendable Mario where he stands. Like the original BD&A has a sitting position. It's like, well, why don't you just go with the sitting position like everyone did? But this is Mario with Flood from the BD&A. You can tell he has like no neck, that no neck thing we talked about in the Ugly Mario plushes. I think that guy is in one of them, one of those plushes, one of those videos. But there is the BD&A tag there, and it says nothing interesting at all. Surface washable, 3 years and up. Polyester stuffing metal wire with plastic coating. So metal wire, yeah, you can feel it in there. Why did they put that in there? So he is a bendable. Look at that, he's a bendable plush. I guess I didn't realize that. And it's in his arms too, but it's not like he can really move his arms because they're attached to Flood. Flood has no wiring. Poor Flood. You can kind of bend him. So there's the BD&A Mario Sunshine plush. Pretty nice plush. Also, probably the rarest Mario BD&A plush. Alright, that's really it. Thanks for watching.